Alright, I said I'd do a law of sines problem. This is our totally new stuff before the test on Friday, and the main part of this is that we have this new ratio. So we can always say sine of A, angle A, has a ratio of the side across from it. And we could say that for any side. In this case, we don't have A, we have R, so I could put here sine of R would have a ratio with little r. That'd be little r. Or I could say sine of Q has a ratio of little q. Or sine of P has a ratio of little p. We spent about 20 minutes and proved why this is the case on Monday. So if you want to go through that again, please do. However, this right here would be the main thing. Can you actually use it versus prove it? Okay, so with that hint, let's just set up the first ratio. So ask us in this problem, can we find angle P? Okay, so when I look at this right now, I see that there is only one pair that it's already set. So I see that Q, angle Q, and little q, this would be side little q, are set up. And that means anytime I can find a pair for this ratio, that's a good place to start. So I'm going to write this. Sine of 78 over 34. Okay, pause for a second. I'd like you to find the second pair. Okay, I'm hoping you notice that we needed P, so we'd write sine of P over, and the other side is 18. Okay, maybe you can just go ahead and solve this, or maybe you need help with a cross multiplication. I'll give you 30 seconds. I'd like you to try to solve to get P alone. And I'm going to give you a hint that don't get P by itself first, necessarily away from sine. So keep sine of P together, but get it alone. Okay, I see that right now sine of P is being divided by 18, so I actually would take the first step and just multiply by 18. I'm going to move all that into a decimal, so I'm going to move sine of P down, okay, because that canceled out, and let me move this into a decimal. So let's see here. I've got sine of 78 divided by 34 multiplied by 18 gives me this decimal. Again, if I'm going to write a decimal in the middle, I should keep it to 4 decimal places. Okay. Alright, I'm hoping at this point you're like, oh, got this. I know what step of how I get P alone and away from sine. Okay, I'll give you 20 seconds to think about it. Okay, I'm hoping what comes to you is that we have to take the inverse of sine. So that means here we have on our calculator there's a sine -1, that's inverse. Remember we have an exponent to the -1, that's like dividing. So second sine, in this case here, inverse of sine. So I'm just going to do that. Second sine, and I kept 4 decimals, 0.5178, and that should give us an angle. And I have 31 point, that would be 18 degrees. Equals angle P. And there we go. Okay, please leave comment, question. Try the next one.